The Chiefs, they have dropped their last 3, and here's the thing, the production level, it's dropped a little bit. And over that time span, the last 3 weeks, he's a little bit above average. And this isn't the same Pat Mahomes we saw that gave us 50 touchdowns. Is it all about that ankle? Have defenses figured him out? Is he regressing a little bit? Is it the Chiefs and all the other injuries catching up to this squad?
A lot of questions.
What I'm going to do is break down and give you answers to some of those questions, because we can't be curious about Pat Mahomes. So what I'm going to do with this Bur-Lesson is break it all down. Man coverage. Remember when I said man coverage throws off this squad? You're going to see McCole Hardman. He's going to go in motion. You're going to see the defense, man on man on man. Pat Mahomes is going to drop back. He wants to go over the middle of the field because this guy's locked up, that guy's locked up. He sees Travis Kelce right here. But what did the Texans do? They dropped an extra guy in the coverage just so they can make it more difficult. And here we are. Charles Omenihu, he gets right to Pat Mahomes. That's a strip sack. Now we're seeing guys get to one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. Man coverage throws off everything. Once again, the Colts, here we are. I want you to pay attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're going to drop extra individuals in certain zone places where Pat Mahomes likes to hit. He drops back. Now, who is he looking for? Pay attention to the coverage. Locked up, locked up, locked up, locked up. He has to hold the ball a little bit longer than usual, and you'll see the pressure eventually flushes Pat Mahomes out of the pocket. Remember how he used to be comfortable just sitting back there, patting that rock? And here it is, him throwing deep downfield to nobody.
We haven't seen that in 2 years.
You're right about that, Kyle. Once again, motion. And for Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs offense, they put a guy in motion to what? Identify the defense. Now we know what the defense is. Man coverage across the board, a dropper in the middle, safety deep. Pat Mahomes, he wants to make a play, right? Listen, they're fast. They're athletic. The wide receivers are some of the best in the business.
Right.
Man coverage, they should be able to beat that. Not the case, though, when you have a defense that's focused on smothering wide receivers and then making Pat Mahomes uncomfortable in that pocket, especially given the fact that the ankle isn't 100%.
Right.
Once again, pay attention to the coverage. Locked up, locked up, locked up, locked up across the board with 2 spy guys literally looking into the eyes of the QB in order to know where he's at. But this is where it gets tricky for Pat Mahomes. It's the aggressive nature of the defense. And who is that? Of course, that's Houston, that played well up against his former team. But that's just it. You rush forward, drop the rest, and you get to Pat Mahomes. But let's break this down, though. The importance of having a guy like Tyreek Hill back, right? If you're a defense and you want to play man coverage, okay, be bold enough to play man coverage. Once again, the Raiders across the board. You know what? We're going to play man. And we'll even give a little bit of safety help. I don't know why he's shading to this side when you have Tyreek Hill right here. For every defense, wherever your safety is,
get over there.
Put him on the side of the fastest dude on the field. But what does the cheetah do? Outside release, and he is gone. Safety, you're out. You're dead in the water. Now here's the cheetah. He's going to track this ball down, and that's easy money. He sits there and he waves to the crowd.
What if that's Chris Harris Jr.?
He's not as fast as Tyreek Hill, I'll tell you that much, Kay. He better have help over the top. As much as I love Chris, and he knows I do, you can't run with a guy like that who has Olympic speed. But here it is, man coverage again. This is my Lions. Man, 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 across the board. And here's a combination, looks like a Madden play, but I want you to pay attention to Sammy Watkins, who's going to come across the middle of the field. Now, when you have a stacked route, you're going to have an outside release quickly. The DB has to back up, and now he explodes across the field. Sammy Watkins catches the ball over the top, makes a play, continue to run. So that's what you're going to see within this offense. Now, guys are banged up, including this man right here. But like you saw last week, having Tyreek Hill, that's a big difference. But here's the thing, though. If a team focuses on stopping Tyreek Hill, will the other guys get open? If the team focuses on stopping the wide receivers, will the Chiefs be able to run? If a team stifles this defense, can this man leave the pocket and use those legs like we've seen him do last year? There's a lot of questions around this squad. I will tell you this, though. During man, over the span of Pat Mahomes being banged up with that ankle, his passer rating has dropped tremendously. His completion percentage has dropped 20 points. So the fact that this man isn't the same type of dude versus man coverage this season, that says a lot about this squad, who a lot of us said was probably going to walk into the Super Bowl. I'm not sure this is the same squad. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure this is the same MVP we saw last year.
Metrics-wise, he's the best in the NFL since he started his career against zone coverage. Man's a different story. What do you guys think?
I'm the person in the back of the class who says, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Because, Nate, you said it. Man coverage is an invitation. We talked for months that they have maybe the fastest wide receiver
Legion
of all
of
time.
Zoom.
They got Kelsey. So beat it. If someone's manning you up, shouldn't this be fish in a barrel? What is the receivers can't get off the routes? Like, what's going on here?
There was a moment a handful of years ago where Aaron Rodgers was in the zone.
Okay.
And defenses said, let's just get on the line of scrimmage, let's go man, and we are going to smother their wideouts. And remember, Aaron Rodgers came out and said, my wideouts have to get open. James Jones was actually on that squad. Teams are doing the same thing with Pat Mahomes because he's so good. Smother and suffocate the wideouts, put a safety over the top of Tyreek, and let's see if they can work in tight windows.
It's not on the wide receivers, right? It's the fact that he can't extend the play with his legs. He might not be 100%, and he's holding on to the ball.
That's on wideouts.
Good to let those wideouts actually make a play.
Wideouts got to get open versus man-to-man.
You're putting it on the wideouts here.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be curious. I wouldn't question Andy Reid in his preparation.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they got something.
Laboratory?
Whoa!